right, now we're gonna talk about ball position. Now this is a funny one because this is one of the most overlooked fundamental parts of golf, and if your ball position is off just a fraction, it changes the way the shaft or the plane comes in, and the face angle at impact, the club angle, it changes so much. So this will be one I think you're gonna see a ton of results on. And the golf ball icons at the top of the towel are exactly the golf ball size. So this works great. If you're working on a swing that's not even the fundamental part that we're working on right now, you're working on something with a coach or an instructor, you can know that all of these fundamentals are exactly right, and it's the swing, and unfortunately us, that is making the mistake, correct? So what we're gonna do is one club head away, you're gonna find the ball position. This is let's get a 9-iron for me. You're gonna come up. We already know our alignment's good. We've lined it up. We know where to stand. We know how the posture feels in the distance. Now we're gonna do some really fun drills with the ball positioning itself. And we do front back static drill. So it's 5 shots in the middle, 5 shots about a half a ball or ball forward, and then the same thing going backwards. And you're gonna see that it drastically changes what happens to your shot. So it's gonna be, it could be a draw, you can see fades. It just depends on where the ball is and how you're standing. If your posture is good, it's gonna definitely change how the shaft lean at impact affects the ball flight, everything. But the cool part is, you know that you're working on something right now, which is ball position, just to see how it looks for you. And you're gonna figure out, okay, for my mid irons or my long irons, it's gonna be a ball forward or a half a ball. For my long irons, my drivers, whatever that may be, it could be 2 balls forward. We have no idea, but we're gonna try it out. So what I want you to do is 5 shots in the middle, 5 shots forward, 5 shots back, and that's just gonna be to test out what works best for that club. You're gonna have to jot it down and mark it down, that way you know. And then the other cool thing is we're gonna do that full drill now. Now we've done the alignment, we've done stance, we've done posture, now we're gonna throw the ball position into that as well. So you're gonna do the full routine. You're gonna do 5 to 10 of these at the end of your practice routine. You're gonna make sure that you're lined up to your spot. You're gonna come in, you're gonna align your face with that. You're gonna get your stance in line with the proper boxes because you know we just practiced those. Your posture feels good. The distance away from the body and the butt of the club look great. You're gonna take a look at your target, and then with the proper ball position, you're gonna hit a shot. And you're just gonna do 5 of those. You're gonna start over, slow down on the range, make exact shots how you want to with the exact fundamentals that we've already worked on, and we're gonna see how that works. Now, if you're working with the driver, we're gonna go over that. It's gonna be a little different setup. So let's get into the driver setup for you. Okay, got the driver out. There's 2 ways you can use the driver setup with the towel. Now you can use it long ways like this. This is actually the way I prefer to use it, not the only way to do it. For me and a lot of golfers, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna go about the driver, head away whenever we're hitting off of the towel. You're gonna put your tee in the ground, and then find your, you've already worked with posture, so you know where that's at. We're gonna work up and down the towel just like we normally would. But now I know that the driver, the tee is right on the edge of the towel. The driver setup for me is left heel right off the edge of the towel, and I know that's the perfect every time. Now, if you're trying to figure out what works for you, you're working with your posture and your driver, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna work up and down the towel. If you need more space, if you're a taller person, then what you wanna do is just take this, turn around, and you're actually gonna use your grip as the measuring device. And then you're gonna pull the towel a little further. Not everybody's as short as I am. You're gonna make sure it's a grip, and that way you know that with your driver, your grip, that's gonna be the same every time, and you work it over and over. Now, the other way you can do this is set up the traditional kind of stance way. You're gonna put this up here. You're not worried about posture too much. That's on that front ball position for me. And then you can just use a club, or you can use an alignment stick. You can make sure that the edge is correct. And then you can actually work on working the ball back, but doing it in a way you know it's exactly the same every time. And what I mean by that is, if you did this without the towel, you're kind of guessing on where that actual ball position is. You could hit 5 shots with it right off your heel, like I would in this position, which would be here, right off of my heel. But now you can move the ball back a ball. And you know, by looking at the icons, it's on the second ball position, and you're gonna keep your heel the same, and you're gonna hit some shots like that. Now, what that's gonna do for you is figure out what works best for you, your golf swing, your driver, your setup, however that's gonna be in your golf swing. I personally like to use it the other way, but you have options this way. The only other thing you could do here is you can work with posture, or stance. Posture is good, and now you can work up and down the towel using some of the boxes as a reference. And once again, you could use a club, you could use a alignment stick. That way you're moving your foot and you know what box it's on. So just another way you can actually use the Savvy setup for like a driver specifically. So the next part we're gonna get into some skills and drills. So let's work on those.